Felt that squat on the way down. Ooh, my legs are shaking. Wow. Why, Matt? Because I started P90X, baby, home workouts. Let's go. Dude, it's a cult, and I'm happy to be a part of it. P90X is the original CrossFit as far as it's a workout that everybody wants to tell you they're doing. And guess what? I will scream it at people in their face and tell them to join and then hold it over their head. It is a hard goddamn workout. I am shaking my legs. It's fun. I love being in the soreness right now. The sore, that new sore. I'm in that new sore, bitch. You little weak bitch. That first week to 2 weeks of like working out post not doing, I went from not doing shit when this boner ass quarantine started. Now, month and a half off, and then I was like, all right, I got to sweat for once because I don't want to be a fat bag of shit when this thing's over, and then nobody wants to talk to me or touch me for that matter. Perrier, see me all around the way, shit. I love Perrier. I said, you got to do something about this. You can't just be sitting on the head. One of those moments. I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, you're a disgusting, fat-tittied bag of shit. Who will fuck you, you ugly, dumb, you piece of shit. You're disgusting. And then I was like, no, I agree. You don't have to say this. Well, guess what? You're fucking stupid, too. Well, there's no P90X for that, so can I at least get in shape and you'll ease up on the intelligence insults? Yeah, I'll give you a break on that. If your reflection is nice to you when you look at it, you're a beta. You're a little bitch. If your reflection's like, we're going to do it today. We're going to do it. You look great. You're a little bitch. You're a little West Coast pussy. All these dudes out here fucking making out with a reflection in the morning. I'm positive. Now you're kissing your reflection because your parents never fucking put you in your place. You just got more toys. They would drown out your whining with toys. Unlike us East Coast boys, we had stepdads. They called us little bitches. But they said the other word that I'm not allowed to say. What are you, gay? All right, guys, relax. Sorry, I'm looking at my wall. I don't know if I'm staring at a bug or is the start of my booger collection. I'm making a booger piece. Yeah, if your reflection's nice to you and you're a dude or a woman, regardless, this isn't a vagina. This is an attitude, and guess what? Sometimes you got to kick your little fucking dumb bitch ass into gearing, and guess what? That's what I did a week and a half ago. Approximately 10 days ago. 9. Well, yeah, 9. Oh, I got a whiteboard. I'm a white guy. I got a whiteboard. What if somebody's that racist? I don't need no chalkboard, all right? I got a wipe. You're like, all right. You don't need to bring your racism into your stationery. Well, guess what? Yeah, I do. No. 9 days ago, I was like, all right, let's figure this shit out. And I did P90X back in what year was that? That was after college, so 2010 roughly. Yeah, 2010. And I remember it being very hard. For a home workout, that shit's tough. And guess what? Tony Horton put me in my place. That dude is a fucking machine. He doesn't fuck around, which good for him. It's weird, like, I watched like a YouTube thing on him, and he's like 60 now, and you're like, God damn, didn't think anything of it. Something happened. He got sick, but he's good now. Thank God. Fuck. What am I doing with my life? Anyways, when he filmed those, he was 45, and I'm just like, it blows my mind the closer I get to the more I get old. Well, this is like a dumb sentence. The more I get older, it doesn't seem like I'm far away from it. Can somebody quote me on that one? That's on my bumper sticker collection. The older I get, the more it doesn't seem far from my I don't know, but dude's 45. He's a machine. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the first point. P90 first CrossFit. Dude, you have to be. It's one of those things because I feel like the harder it is, you want to talk about it. This is my first time being public with my how I what is it? Label myself? What's the term? Identify. I haven't identified it as a 90Xer yet, but this is it. Let's go. Let's do some fucking leapy frogs, baby. I get it though. With the more that shit, when it's hard, you want to fucking put it in people's face. Let's be perfectly honest. Why else are we gonna talk about it? Why else do you want to casually bring it up? You ever have somebody just try to? You can feel them trying to weave a conversation into something that they want to talk about, or at least brag about, for that matter. They just start doing shit. Because they want you to go, well, what happened? I was doing P90X. Yeah, I started. And then they go fucking... They just vomit fucking all that bullshit that's just stored in the back of their head about P90X. I love when people do that. You can feel them. They're almost at the point of being like, just ask me about what I'm doing. They're like right there, but you just play dumb. You're like, I don't know. Oh, I'm so tired. They want you to be like, why? Oh, I'm so tired from... Oh, my God. I didn't even sleep last night. Oh, my head's pounding. Do you want me to ask if you went out? Is that what you want me to ask? Just fucking say it. It's more embarrassing, but... Hey, I'm going to brag about it. Wait till my before and after photos come out, and I'm just flooding a whole episode is me just with my whiteboard. Me and my whiteboard. Just going over shit. But you got to be tough with yourself, people. Don't just like fucking pat yourself on the back all the time. I know you're teetering on the line of self-sabotage and depression, but guess what? You got to know where the balance is, all right? And for me, I love how much I shit on things. It's to the point just trashing myself throughout the workout. Oh, dude, last week I was just like, you're a piece of shit. This is counterbalancing the bragging of me thinking I'm the shit for doing it. I can assure you guys, I was just like, you're a fucking fat, dumb fuck. Look at you stopping. These dudes on the damn workout thing are like 45, 50, and I'm in my 30s, and I can't do it. God, what was I just about to say? The fuck? Ooh, I just went blank. I literally have no idea what the fuck I was talking yeah, dude, I don't know. Gotta be rude. Come on, rude boy, won't you get it up? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. See, people are always like, oh, you're witty for the most part. You're a pretty witty guy. You're quick-witted. Quick-witted people aren't necessarily like quick with the comebacks. In my, experience, at least for me. I just think awful shit about people all the time, and they don't realize the second they say something. I just have a book of insults I'm ready to say back to them. People aren't just like, no. You must be thinking about insults to be able to just pull from your Rolodex of just like, oh, here you go. I do have a bad habit of just trashing things, though. It's not in like a malicious way. I think it's just the Northeast. Like, my first instinct is to break things down emotionally until they succumb, and then you're breaking down the fake walls. I think that's the thing with like insulting people, or at least mainly people. If we're gonna talk relationships, it's like people just put up this dumb fucking front, and you're like, well, guess what? I'm not gonna meet your front. That's like talking to somebody with a mask on, and then like a weekend they just take it off. And you go, I'm comfortable now, bitch. No, you bully them until they take that off, and then it sucks, but then you get to meet the real person quicker than if you just had to deal with this fake Joker ass blowing. That's what all LA is. LA is just these fake people. It's inverse here. Like back home, people are rude up front and then nice in the back end, but it's genuine, and it's like a better way, I feel like, to have a relationship. Not always. I'm not just like, fuck you. They're like, fuck you. And then we're cool. But it's like, do a little ball busting up top, and then it opens the doors for some fucking bonds, baby. Out in LA, though, Jesus Christ, you got people who just fucking very fake. Cities, I think it's because people are scared. And fuck, dude. If this thing runs out of batteries, I'm going to punch myself in the face. I started recording an episode right before this and ran out of batteries. Ooh, I think we're good. Sorry about that. Out here, because people are scared, they put up this front. So they're just, I want to be friends with everybody. I don't want to push any buttons. And then you don't realize, like, you think you're meeting a genuinely nice person. That's why when I first moved here, I was like, everybody's fucking nice. Like, what are they talking about? The city's fake and shitty. And literally, like, within like a year or two, you're like, get it. Yeah, there it is. Because you're just meeting these fake fucks. And then, like, unlike the East Coast, where it goes nice, douchey piece of shit, where it's like, you can't, that's not how that works. You can't go nice, douchey piece of shit back to nice. It doesn't, because then the second nice, you're like, you're full of shit. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Versus if it goes rude, nice, rude, you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit, but at least I'll figure it out. I don't know if that makes sense. It is funny, though. Sometimes I was like, I live alone, so I just want to turn the TV on sometimes. And I had, it was like last night, and I had that movie Yes Man on. I don't know. I don't fucking know. It was just the first one. I was like, I like Jim Carrey. And it was playing, and I literally was doing everything but watch the movie. And then the credits came, and I said out loud, that movie fucking sucked. And I was sincere. I was like, that movie fucking sucks. And I didn't even watch. I'm telling you, I didn't watch any of it. I watched, like, I might have, like, when I was walking from, like, over there to there and I saw the screen, that's the max of watching that. And it's just like, how many people have I done that to? Where I'm just like, you fucking suck. And I haven't had a word with them, but it's like, this fucking piece of shit. That's scary, how many people you probably do that to. You ever have those people you're like, there's like movies. Let's start with movies before you guys just think I'm trashing human beings this whole time. You ever have one of those movies where you obviously haven't seen it, but just like looking at it and how people talk about it, you're like, I don't want to watch that fucking movie. I don't know what it is. I don't like that movie. I barely saw the preview. Everybody's talking about it. I don't want to like it. Fuck it. Like, and you just completely write it off. And a lot of the times I will genuinely not watch those movies because I don't know what it is. When some people are telling me to keep doing things, you're just like, no, fuck your movie. What was like that? Fuck. I think A Star Is Born. Everyone's just like, I'm not going to watch that fucking movie. There's no way. And that one, that weaves in like my other issue with fucking dudes doing bitchy shit of like, is A Star Is Born where the miss something, girl? Is that one? I don't know. I've saw that so much around me. I'm like, guess what? I've watched enough of the environment commenting on that movie where I'm like, yeah, I don't need to watch fucking. Let me make sure it's the right movie before I sound more stupid, more dumb. Star Is Born. Well, it's weird because so that happens and I won't watch movies. I won't, like Kill Bill, perfect example. All right. I was like, fuck this dumb movie. It just looks stupid. I've like caught a glimpse of it and it's all fucking weird. I'm like, you know what? I don't got time for that weird bullshit. Yeah, Bradley Cooper. Looks like a fucking, like, I don't give a fuck about dudes' looks. Like, I'll call a dude attractive. Like, he looks weird. Like, I don't know why you guys suck his dick, but probably has to do with all that money. What's it called? Lady Gaga. It's weird. Some pictures, she's fucking hot as... Halsey's in it? She's hot as fuck. Lady Gaga. Some pictures Lady Gaga's hot, and the other ones you're like, why is there a T-bone steak on your face? Like, what the fuck? She's trying to be like Marilyn Manson. You're like, hey, Gaga, more lady, less, what the fuck? Marilyn, fuck, all right. Yeah, I don't know, and then sometimes with, like, movies, with, like, Kill Bill, I was like, fuck this movie, I don't want to watch it, I don't give a shit, and then, I don't know what happened where I was just, like, bullied into watching it. I don't know where I think it was, like, my roommates or some shit. It was just on, and I was in the room, and my laziness outweighed me. Sorry, I'm paranoid about this. My laziness outweighed me getting up. My laziness outweighed me not wanting to watch it, so I just stayed there. But such a dope movie. I actually really liked that movie, and I was like, fuck, man. In the time of it coming out and all that, I was just like, this shit is stupid. I don't want to be I'm not a sheep like you other losers. And then I watched it and I liked it. And then I actually watched the volume 2 and I was like, kind of bummed. Hunger Games was like that for me. I don't know. I'm such a person where I'm like, I don't like being told to do things. You can't corner me or I'll lash at you. I'm like an animal. Don't you corner me. Do you hear that? This is like a metal detector, but for sound. Oh, we got some. You hear that? How would I know this area is doing? The fuck is going? What if that, like, when I upload this, is just like wildly high pitch and everyone's nose starts bleeding? But you should put put this thing up to the sand as here. You're like, what the fuck? I wish more things had fart sounds. That'd be so funny. You should have like a sound detector in the sand here. Found it. Right, yep. Yep, right here. It's that farting crab. What do you want? The old farting crab. Found him. Found a bunch of them. But with that logic movie, there's some people, too, you're like, I don't like you. They're like, why don't you like him? Because I just don't. How's that sound? I don't like that person. Why can't I... Oh, we have to fucking like everybody before we meet them? Guess what? No one does that. No one's just the Dalai Lama, just fucking everybody's... It's like that fucking everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Everyone's my best friend until proven... No, fuck that shit. You're all my enemies until proven otherwise. That's how I live my life. You trying to be in this circle? I'm just throwing punches for you trying to get in. I don't got time for that bullshit. I'm ready for this. I've been reading like 5 minutes. Wow. All right, Matt, come on. All right, let's get Gaga off the screen. I don't need her fucking dumbass face in the way. Like how that Kim Jong-un guy, no one has a clue what what a straightforward thing we need to realize as far as, is he dead or alive and nobody knows. I like how articles are just like, he's dead, surgery botched, or, you know what okay, take 2. Sorry, that was bad. It's basically he's fucking dead, or the like, he's caught riding a white horse. You're like, which is it? What do we do? You know, no article is the same if you Google his name. It's either he's in grave danger from surgery or
spotted doing photo shoot in garden. You're like, well, those make no fucking sense. He's either dead as fuck or making a sandwich. You're like, yeah, that's just puts the media into perspective, and let's start focusing people, and that apply that to your coronavirus logic of like, they are just gonna put shit out there. They have to have a headline, which is something to grab your attention. People read headlines and forget that that is the beacon to get you to click and go in there. So with all this fucking corona shit, it's like, I swear to God, I want to make like a chart of the worst headlines like throughout the whole process. You know, someday this will be over and we're all gonna be like, phew, that was fucking aggressive. But or it's not gonna be, you know, of course it is, people are dying, and if you think this is fake, you're kind of a dumb fucking idiot. There's a lot of people, you're fucking stupid. I want to make a graph of all the worst headlines the whole time. So then we reflect back, we can just be like, oh yeah, they're all dumb pieces of shit just trying to get clickbait stuff out there. Anytime, any phase we're in, there's the worst articles as far as like trying to scare you. And then there's like positive ones, which you don't see much of. So it's like, now, once there's like a glimmer of, it's funny, now they're already, now like the vaccine issue articles are already coming out. It's like, fucking, just wait. It's not even here, and people are already like, there's not going to be enough supply. It's like, you're already speculating an issue to get your article out there in hopes that you can be like, I told you so. Will you fucking stop with your bullshit? Call me crazy. It's like, I care, and I care about people's lives, but I don't give a fuck anymore about just that shit. As far as the drama around it, you're like, I'm not political. I'm not, you know, I don't buy into all like the media bullshit. And, you know, it's not my thing, but you're like, how is nobody just stepping back? And it's funny, like, there's a whole issue going on and people are still bickering and there's like childlike drama. And you're like, how is there not one fucking adult there who's just like, can you not do that? Yeah, this little hissy fit over here, maybe don't do that considering we're supposed to be the most mature adults. Yeah, over here, it's so weird. I don't know. Blows my mind. That's my thing with like adults. The term adult, for some reason, just comes with the characteristic of maturity. It's not supposed to. Adult is just a kid that's older. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like kids we know, playful, blah, blah, blah. But it's like people just assume adults are supposed to know their shit and be mature and not overreact. It's like, no, they're fucking just older kids. Just take the characteristic of a child, apply some knowledge, and they're still the same fucking bullshit-ass, immature nonsense. It's like, you realize that when you work with people. If you work at an office, you know 1,000%. And if you don't, you're probably that piece of shit who everyone's like, you suck. Woo, that's a hacky thing. If you don't know, that's probably you. Just so you guys know, when people are doing stand-up, if you say something like, does anyone have an annoying friend here? Anyone? Oh, if you don't raise your hand, you're probably it. Buh. So, anyways, that's what I was getting at. Yeah. Let's stop associating maturity with being an adult. You're just older. You're just an older person. So I feel like these people, they have this sense of entitlement. All these, like, I don't even know who the fuck half of them are. All these, like, I listen to the radio and shit. I'm like, I don't even know who's talking right now or who they're quoting, but it's somebody in charge of the corona shit, if I had to guess, or at least has their foot in the door enough to be being quoted. And some of the crap you hear, you're like, yo, why are people so fucking dumb? And then people trying to absorb that information are equally as dumb, and you're just like, I'm just stepping back, like, what the fuck is going on around me? This is like, I want to go back to that kid thing because that's a good idea. This podcast is just me trying to practice being more. I need to be better at. This is what I'm trying to do with this thing for the people watching. I'm trying to. It's very easy with topics to just do like you're skipping a rock. It's very easy to touch the top of topics and just keep going. It's good to let that rock stop on a topic and then sink and then somehow come back up and then, so I'm trying to do that. See how you just get sidetracked? I have so many things I want to say. Yeah. Like adults at work. Oh, let me write. Maybe I'll just start writing things down. That's a good idea, Matt. You ever think about that where you can just like write stuff down? This is the funnest part of the podcast. Yeah, baby, we're working. Let's go. It's 9:48 shit. Yeah, my apartment smells like rice because your boy cooking that rice. P90X, baby, diet plan. Phase 1, shredding fat. Let's go. That's one thing I told myself with this. I was like, I've done it before, and with any workout or diet, or work, and with any workout, their diet is so important, and they give you a whole like meal plan with this thing as far as like what to eat. And the first time I did this, I did not do the meal plan. I was fucking 22. I didn't give a fuck. But this time I'm actually trying to do it really well. So you boy got that brown rice cooking. Anyways, I don't even feel like this is funny. Adults are fucking dumb. You realize adults are weird when you start working and you're just around them. And it's so weird to think about like a day job where you're just around these like they're they're acquaintances. Maybe they become friends, but it's like you could potentially be around this person who you don't consider a friend. They're just like somebody who's there and you interact with for literally 6 years of your life, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's like that's such a weird thing. And then when you're around people enough, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck is an adult? Because that's not an adult. This little bullshit you're doing right now, you're a child who's 45. That's all that is. I used to work with this fucking guy. He had this sense of like FOMO with the fridge. I've talked about this in another podcast before, but he was like, something happened where it's like he saw people using the shelves and in the fridge and he felt like he was being left out. So he just filled water bottles with Snapple. I don't know what the fuck. And he just put them there. And it's like he just needed to know that he wasn't being left out in case he wanted to use a shelf. That's a piece of shit weirdo. That's the tip of the iceberg. Everybody knows a coworker where you're like, why are you here? How'd you get hired? But it's funny because you're so focused on your day job, and this where like comedy and my work don't mix, because it's at least if you're just doing stand up full time, your number one goal is just be funny always, and you start to just always stay in that mindset of like misdirections and trying to be funny and always looking for stuff. And it's fun because that's when you see these comics who are just like so dialed in with their style and how they talk comedically and all this shit, and they're just like they're so fluid and comfortable in their own persona. You got to think that's like day jobs work, but it's weird when and at least with stand up, their personalities interweave with it, so they're they could be off, but it's like you're getting the personality, the wit, all that stuff, and it's just like, oh, it's cool shit. With a day job, when your like job is taking up 95% of your brain for like 20 years and you're there 8 hours a day and the social interactions are in the kitchen or walking by someone, your social interactions and your social skills start to just shrink down. And you can go to an office and see who's been there. Not always. There's obviously... You always see like the bosses are very more personable because it's at the end of the day, their business, they got to promote. So they're out being social more. But the people who don't necessarily get the chance to socialize, you just see like, you're like, your life is this. You don't even know how to socialize anymore without talking about this. It's crazy to me. And I noticed that a lot when I went from college to the workplace, where I'm like, all these people do is talk about architecture. That's what I did at first. And I go, this is fucking the most annoying thing on earth. And then you work and you realize, like, this is the saddest shit ever. You realize, like, the things you give a fuck about outside of work start to kind of go away, and then your work just consumes your life, and then that's all you talk about, and you're just like, ugh. That's crazy. And you meet people like that, and that's people you work with, and then you interweave some immaturity bullshit in there, and they're like, oh, that's how you make a coworker. Take the job, make that fill 85% of the bubble, and then the other, 15% is literally nothing. Boom. Done with that. That's a good idea. I kind of like that, though. I might take that to the stage. Want to hear another joke idea I thought of? Oh, fuck me. My beard is this. Some people are like, your beard's nice. No, it's not. You ever see people with beards? It's just full of shit. Like, just good, full beard. I'm at the point where I found a gray hair, which, like, I found a few. They're all, like, kind of scattered throughout, which it's like, I don't care about that. What pisses me off is that, like, it's patchy. There's some areas where it doesn't fill in, and then there's areas that are already getting gray. What the fuck is that? How much of a lag in, like, evolving and, like, growth? There shouldn't be this much aging here, and this area is equivalent to, like, a middle schooler. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a contrast there that pisses me off, and I'm not. Imagine that drastic difference anywhere else on your body, where your right arm looks like you're fucking 16, but then your hands look like you're 95. You're like, yeah, that's not good. My face? That's my face. I don't know. I want to wrap it back up with this pandemic shit. I like watching, like, the updates every day. I try not to, like, it's funny, I was saying I don't like to be overwhelmed with it. I like the stats. I watch that bullshit. It blows my mind because there's, like, a live chat on all that stuff. I don't get how don't you people get what's going on as far as the lockdown goes? Or, like, there's people here who are like, think it's all fake, and you're just like, you're fucking, I don't even know what the fuck, where you're weird. And I genuinely associate people who think this is all fake and, like, conspiracy driven. I feel like it's rooted in, like, just general fear. They're scared to just come to terms with it, so they'd rather create this false world around them and just hang on to that and be like, everything's okay. It's like, that's fake. You're like, no, motherfucker, just be an adult. Wash your hands. Take your thumb out of your asshole and stop being a bag of shit. Let's loop this bullying back in. You fucking idiot. No, I generally associate that with, like, and maybe not, or maybe some people are just, crazy, but I really think everybody who's like, no, it's not that bad. No, it's like, no, I think you're just scared to admit what it is, like, what it actually is. I think you're scared to sit here and, like, look at the facts and be like, oh yeah, this is it's serious, but if you can wrap your head around it, it's, I don't want to say it's not as bad, but it's more digestible. It was a good little sentence Daddy did. I just don't get how people, like, don't fucking get things with any of this stuff. Like, safer at home. They're like, I want to get my fucking hair done. You're like, what? You're like, oh, God. You're like, that's why? How insulting. I just feel bad for old people who are just like, say that to the person. Say that to your 85-year-old grandmother. Just get in her face and go, I don't want to be inside anymore because of people like you piece of shit. I want to get my hair done. I'm trying to get fucked. But instead, I got to stay home because your old ass ain't got no immune system. I don't know. People, it's like, if you can't comprehend, and that's like where everyone's like, "What the fucking taking forever?" It's like, just because your job, like, if you fuck up, it means you just poured too much of something into coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to insult anybody's jobs, but it's like, that was rude. That was me insulting you and saying you had a shitty job. Let's assume I didn't say that. I'm going to get in trouble. What I'm getting at is, it's like, put yourself in the position of a decision maker where if you fuck up, you could get like a whole city infected and it's fucked over. Yeah, we know people deny it. You're over here. No one cares about you. But the people who believe in it but don't give a fuck, it's like, for 1 second, put yourself in that person's shoes of, and you know what's funny? Like, they're like, open it. We got to open shit. And you're like, and they're just yelling and yelling and yelling. And then if this person breaks and just goes, well, the people are asking for it, I do it. And then you open things too much and then shit hits the fan. Those people are going to be the first ones to be yelling at you. So it's like, that's, you know, wrap your head around just the importance of having to be very meticulous with your decision making so people aren't getting all fucked up. It's 10 o'clock. I gotta eat dinner. Guys, thanks for watching. Sorry this came out late. I apologize. So, next week, Monday, I'll have a full beard and a good attitude. P90X, baby. Thanks for watching. Hopefully next week I'll look shredded. All right, bye.